Hello, and welcome to today's presentation. My name is Brad Carmina, and I'll be taking you through a tour of Deltek's solution for project-focused business such as yourselves. We'll start off with a brief overview of Deltek as a company, why the Deltek Vision solution is a great one for project-focused businesses, and then move on into an overview demonstration of Deltek Vision, CRM, and Connect for Microsoft Outlook. At the end of today's presentation, you should have a better understanding of the benefits and functionality offered by Deltek and by Vision. Given the recent economic challenges we've seen, heard, or perhaps experienced over the past few years, you may be wondering what you could do to run your business more effectively and serve your clients better. For today's exercise, we'll be focusing on the bottom right-hand corner. How can we win more business? I'll be showing you how you can use Deltek Vision CRM as well as Connect for Microsoft Outlook to manage your pipeline and manage your contacts. Why Deltek? As an established, stable, and financially sound software company, Deltek has been helping firms like yours solve critical business issues since 1983. With more than 1,200 employees worldwide, we're recognized as a leader in creating project-focused solutions for more than 12,000 customers, and we've been recognized by industry analysts such as Forrester, Gartner, and Zweig White for our innovative products and ability to serve project-focused businesses. The Deltek solution that I'll show you today is called Deltek Vision. This innovative solution is in use by over 4,500 professional services firms all over the world. Its modular design allows you to build a comprehensive solution to manage the entire project lifecycle, and its user-friendliness and single database design makes it easy to use and implement. Built on the latest Microsoft technology, this solution, designed with a project focus in mind, allows you to leverage your existing technology and access your critical business data anytime, anywhere. From a technology standpoint, Vision addresses a common problem in today's business environment: disconnected, disparate systems that are not fully integrated. Disconnected systems can lead to inaccurate data, wasted time, and higher expenses. Maintenance and licensing alone could be a significant expense. Now, and today we're going to be talking about CRM up in the top, but even within the CRM system that you have within your company today, you could have silos of different information. So you may have your opportunities in an Excel spreadsheet, and your project management or principal may be managing their contacts within their own Outlook contact folders and not really sharing that information back and forth. I'm going to show you today how you can use Vision and Connect for Microsoft Outlook to start sharing that information and start combining it all. So you have one central repository for all of that information to make all of those records a lot more complete and to be able to track all of those activities and touch points that you have between you and your clients. Vision gives you a comprehensive solution built on modern technology that incorporates all of your data in a single database and is accessed from the same user interface. You're able to create a fully integrated solution and choose the specific modules that you need now, while giving you the flexibility to add additional modules later on. And because you're on a single solution, licensing, maintenance, and upgrades are all that much easier. So let's have a look at the solution. Now, the first thing that any user will see when they log into Vision is their dashboard. These dashboards can be configured to the role that you play within the company to include the data that's important to you that you need to be able to do your job on a day-to-day basis. So on the top right-hand corner, we have an opportunity snapshot, just showing us in the pipeline where all of our potential revenue is. In the middle, a hit rate graph, showing us which project types we're performing well against and which ones we're not. And then on the top right-hand corner, a pipeline by source, allowing us to see which marketing efforts we're doing that are actually paying off. So you can see very quickly, looking at that chart, that repeat business is where the majority of our business comes from. On the bottom right-hand corner, contacts. Now this is just a quick listing of the contacts that are in the system that I'm associated with. And then in the top middle, we have alerts. And alerts are Vision's way of letting you know that there's something in the system that requires your attention. So one of the alerts that we can see here is Janet Anderson has moved to a new company. And Janet Anderson being a contact within my system, it may be part of my job that I need to go in and maybe update her email address or telephone number when she does move to the new email or telephone number. So this is just a quick way to let your people know when items change that require their attention. It's based off of Vision's workflow engine, And you could set up your own business rules with a very easy to use configuration screen. Bottom right hand corner, activities. And activities are the touch points that happen between you, your people, and your clients and contacts associated with the projects and the opportunities that you have out there. So for example, we can look at a single opportunity in the system and see who the last person to make a phone call to that opportunity was. Or we could take it a step further and look at a particular contact and see all of the different conversations that we've had with that contact in the past as well. And the final item on the dashboard I will cover today is the My Favorite Reports dash part on the far right hand side. You can see that there are several links here, and what these are really are Deltek standard Vision reports that I've gone in and saved some options, as well as the group of opportunities or employees, the actual selections that I want to include on the reports. So each time that I come into Vision, I don't have to go in and do all that work again. I could just click very quickly on these links and get those items right at my fingertips when I want them, right from the dashboard. So I'm going to go ahead and run an opportunity quarterly forecast directly from the link here. I've already gone in and again set up those report options and selections that are important to view the report the way that I want to view it when I log in. And there's our opportunity quarterly forecast. Nice pretty report. We've got a graph across the top here. It's sorted by principal, so my first principal, William Apple, and then I can see all of the organizations that William Apple is in charge of, as well as the estimated revenue and the probability, and then the quarterly forecast out for the next year or year and a half to see where we may end up based on what we have in our pipeline. Now, while the dashboard is an excellent way of really interacting with Vision and getting data that you need, we may also have to sometimes come in and actually update records and really make the changes that make these dashboards accurate and actionable. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and navigate over to our opportunity record. And an opportunity in Vision is part of that pipeline. It's that potential future revenue that you have out there. So you can see that we now have our opportunity record for our Benson Research Lab. And what we can see just looking at this record off the bat is the revenue is $2.5 million. We've already been awarded the work. Our stage is awarded. It's a laboratory type of project, and the source is client contact. So tying that back to what we were seeing on the dashboard before, items like the project type, laboratories, or the source, clients and contacts, showing us where our repeat business is coming from. Other items on the screen, such as our estimated start and completion date, really work off of our forecast to give us that calendar frame that we're looking at for our forecast quarter to quarter when we look at that final report on the dashboard. We also have a few user-defined fields in here as well, and the user-defined field is a field that you've added in Vision that we didn't have out of the box, but was important to you, and these are very easy to add. You make that add once and it propagates that throughout the entire system. So in this case, if we see lost reason is a drop down with several different reasons, and you can really limit it down to the list that you choose to give to your employees. We make that change once, we drop that list in, and then you can make it required or whatever you need, and then that becomes part of Vision. It's supported in all of our future updates and upgrades as well. Another user function here is this little question mark, and if we click on it, it's really giving us an idea of what is expected in this field, and you could define these items here as well. On the next screen I'm going to show is estimated revenue, and even though there isn't much going on here, if we think back about the revenue here in the forecast, you can see that it's just going to take an even spread from August 2012 to December 2013. It's going to take that 2.5 million and it's going to spread it out evenly across the calendar monthly. Now, if you know a particular job has the revenue front loaded or middle loaded or back loaded, you could use the estimated revenue tab to really distribute that revenue so you have more accurate forecasting reporting. We also have a team here called the service estimate, and the service estimate allows you to use some of the information that you may already have in the system, a cost rate schedule, a billing rate schedule, and start building out that structure of the project. So the different phases you may have, the different generic type of resources that you may be using to fill this work. Now also, if you're a Vision accounting user, these could be the same tables that you're using to either cost or bill your employees as well, to get a much better idea of how you may end up at the end of this job. We also have a gross margin analysis tool over here on the top right hand side, and based on changes that we make within this grid, we could see how we may end up based on those changes and based on what we've actually estimated here right within this sheet. Next tab I'm going to show is really our Team tab, and Team tab is where you can start building out who the employees are that you actually expect to work on this job if you win it. You can give them a role here, you can give them a role description, and when you actually go to create the project off of this opportunity, it'll pull all of this information forward into the project as well. One of the final tabs I'm going to show in the Opportunity Info Center here is our activities, and I spoke about these earlier, but this is where you'd really see it. This is all of the touch points that we've had with these different clients and contacts for this particular opportunity. So you can see that I can go ahead and search and sort by any column that we have here. I can also sort by the start date here to see when was the last time that anybody ever contacted people for this particular opportunity. The other thing that I can do here is go ahead and quick link to any one of these records. So if I wanted to go see Paul Collier's record, I could just click right on his name and it would take me to Paul Collier's record, and I could see Paul's history as well. But before I do that, I'm going to just show a little bit of functionality here within this screen, and what I'd like to do is go over to Activities, and this is true anywhere you have a grid and Vision. We can choose to export to Excel directly from the grid, and it's going to take what you see here and place it directly into an Excel spreadsheet. Now, if you've used other programs in the past, you're pretty familiar with when you try to export items from any program into Excel, a lot of times what you'll get is a whole bunch of merged cells and weird formatting within the Excel spreadsheet. You could see after this exercise that I have a very clean Excel spreadsheet with the items and the columns exactly where I wanted them, and now I could search and sort or save this and send it to someone, whatever I need to do with that action. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and click off on Paul Collier's record, and this is going to take me directly to the setup of Paul Collier's contact record within Vision. Now you see we carry all the standard information, but again, if there's an additional field that we don't carry that you need, it's very easy to add those fields into Vision. What I'd like to do is jump over to Activities, and now you can see in the Activities grid here all of the different phone calls and meetings and emails and everything else that we've done with Paul in the past to see, independent of the actual opportunity or the project, what was the last touch point we've had with Paul altogether. On the next tab, I can see here all the opportunities that we've worked with Paul in the past. Here are all the projects that we've had with Paul, and the other associations that we have as well, including who are the employees that I have within my company that are associated with him. Now we can use our search features here within the Contact Info Center to really get down to maybe some mailing lists or invites to company functions. So one thing I'd like to do is go ahead and say, we've already saved a search out there that says, who are all the people that get my holiday card? And I can go ahead and click on that holiday card list, and now you can see I have 21 people. So of all of my contacts, I have 21 people that I send holiday cards to. What I can do from here is just go ahead and click on this list view, and it's going to change it from a single contact to contact view to a view of all of the contacts that I have out there. Now the other thing that I can do here is just go ahead and quickly update multiple records. So I could just go down the column and put the names in, or preferred names, or whatever that data piece that you're looking for may be. I could choose to add or remove fields that may be relevant here if I need to. The other thing, again, I could take this whole list down to Excel if I wanted to as well. Also, you can build your own email templates into Vision as well. So use Vision as that list server. So if I go ahead and click on email, I can click on my email template. In this case, it's not going to be my holiday card template. I have a annual golf outing template. So if I go ahead and click on that, it's automatically going to take that user's salutation and their last name, push it into this email, and then send them my invitation for my annual golf outing. And the next thing I'm going to do here is just go ahead and move on to a client record. So if I go ahead and just click on the client name, that'll take me to our Client Info Center. Again, we could use our navigation screen over here to move in between these as well. But I've just been using the quick links within the info centers to quick link to the other relevant records that are really relevant to the record that I'm looking at. In this case, one thing I'm going to do is go ahead and type in Army, and you can see we have smart searches in Vision. So anytime we know a partial name of a client or company or employee or whatever it may be, we could type that directly into the search field here and then pick whatever record is most relevant for the search that we're doing. In this case, I've chosen the Department of Army. And one thing that I'd like to cover here is our parent-child relationships within Vision. So I'm going to go into our U.S. Army district here for Buffalo. And you can see for the Buffalo U.S. Army Engineer District, if I go ahead and click on the little arrow down next to the company name, I can see all of the other clients that are actually childs of the United States Army Corps of Engineers. So I have the Southwestern Division, Great Lakes, and Ohio. And then you could have further dependencies down as far as you need to go. So if I go ahead and navigate over to our U.S. Army Corps of Engineer client record, I can go ahead and go over to any of my grids here, and let's say activities, for instance, or contacts. I could see all of the contacts that are related to anywhere within the U.S. Army Corps of Engineer record, or for the single client that I'm looking at only. So we fully support that parent-child information within our client info center. The next area I'm going to navigate into is our marketing campaigns. And marketing campaign in Vision is a way to manage those different campaigns, or emailing or direct mails or whatever it may be in Vision, to see what the outcome of that particular action may have been. So in this case, I'm looking at my medical facilities campaign, and then I can see specific information about it, what the budget was, how many people that I've sent the actual campaign out to, responses that I've gotten, and then I can actually see across here the tabs again. What are all the activities that we've had associated with this campaign? Who are the contacts that we reached out to or reached out back to us based on this campaign? What opportunities did we win because of it? What projects did we win because of it? And again, these are all quick links to the other info centers to get at that quick information. Now, we saw a couple of reporting examples when we were looking at the dashboard earlier, but what I'd like to do is actually go down into our Vision reporting menu and open up opportunity reporting so we can get a better idea of how reporting works within Vision. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and look at our opportunity forecast report here, and in each report in Vision we have an options section in the selection. In the options, we could set up the different options and columns and such that we will actually want to see on that report, and based on the report, the options that you see here may change. So maybe I want to summarize a little bit of the opportunity detail, as well as print final totals for all of the opportunities that I have on my report. Now, the power in Vision reporting is we could choose to sort or group these reports by any of the fields that are available within that info center. So let's say I want to go ahead and sort it by client name, so I can get a listing of all of the clients that I have out there and the opportunities that I have for them. And then in the columns view here, I have several different bits of information, but then I could also add more. So if I wanted to include that weighted revenue amount, or any of the other columns that are really available, or fields that are within that opportunity info center to choose to include within my report. So I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. Now, if I wanted to look at opportunities for a specific office or for a specific principal, I could filter that report down here even further. What I'm going to go ahead and do here is just hit preview, and now it's going to give me that opportunity forecast report that I've just set up. It's summarizing on the clients that I have with the rated revenue, as well as the week-by-week view of what are those dollar values on my forecast out for that time frame that I've chosen. So it's that easy to set up a report in Vision, and then at the point in time when I figure, hey, that's a report that I'm going to want to be able to run very easily every time I log into Vision, what I can go ahead and do is just click Organize Favorites, give it a name, and as soon as I've done that, as soon as I hit Save, it's now an available report in My Reports, but then it's also added it to that dashboard, that My Reports dash part that we saw earlier on the right hand side over here. So now you can see my op forecast. It's just a quick link to that report. I click on it and it'll give me that same opportunity forecast that I had set up previously. Now, while we've come back to our Vision dashboard, I'd like to introduce you to a new tool that we have for Deltek Vision, which is called Connect for Microsoft Outlook. And Connect for Microsoft Outlook really allows your users to interact with a Vision in a format that they're used to. So let's increase that user adoption by making it easier for them to share that information between their Outlook inboxes and Vision. So one thing I'd like to point out here is when we look over on the left-hand side, you can now see that we have Vision info centers built directly into the folder structure. So now we have activities, clients, vendors, contacts, as well as those opportunities out there. For now, I'm going to go ahead and navigate over to our contacts folder, and I'm going to go ahead and open up the contact record for Paul Collier. In looking at Paul Collier's record, I can instantly tell that this particular record is shared between Outlook and Vision because of the green bar across the top. It says it's shared with Deltek. If it was a gray bar, that would mean it was just a personal contact or someone that you did not want to share with Vision. Now what we can do is start looking through a few of the fields here, and you'll notice that a lot of the information that you can see right here in Outlook is the same information that we were just looking at in Vision earlier. So I can go ahead and click on my client lookup here and see the true Vision client lookup screen. So all of the clients that I have in Vision are now available in Outlook. If I make a change to this client or contact within Outlook, it updates the record in Vision, and vice versa. If I make a change in Vision, it updates the view in Outlook. So it's truly a two-way street between Microsoft Outlook and Deltek Vision. I can also see the activities that we've worked with Paul in the past, as well as the opportunities that are associated with him. Any employees that I have within my company that Paul has a relationship with, as well as any projects that we've worked with Paul in the past. Now moving on to our opportunities folder, I can see all the opportunities that I have out there. So for instance, if I go to my Adelphi Research Lab opportunity, I can see from this view what the description of that opportunity is, what are all the clients that are associated with that particular opportunity, the activities that we've had in the past, the different contacts that are associated with it, but I can also make changes to the opportunity record directly from here as well. So you can see my stage is actually awarded already, but if it had been pending or shortlisted or whatever, I could come in and make that change here. Now one great thing about this being in Deltek Vision and actually Microsoft Outlook is that I can be sitting on that plane or sitting in a airport or wherever it may be where I don't have that network access. Go ahead, enter in all the information that I need to here, or change what I need to here, and the next time I connect to my corporate network, it'll go ahead and go out and refresh those Deltek Vision records as well. Alright, so I'm going to navigate back over to my inbox and just show you a bit of the functionality that we have here right in the inbox. So I've gotten this email from Karen, and Karen may not be a contact in Outlook today or a contact in Vision. What I can do is grab her email and drag it over to the contacts folder here, and this is standard Outlook functionality, but again we've added all of the Vision fields in here so we could associate Karen with a client that we have within Vision with specific opportunities or employees or whatever. When we do that, it's going to create that new contact record within Vision. Now we do have a collision engine built into here as well, so if Karen is already a contact within Vision, it'll let you know, and it'll actually bring up a field by field comparison to let you know what's already in Vision, what you're trying to enter, and whether to merge them or create two different records or delete one. Okay. The other things that we could do here is I can go ahead and open up this email from Karen, and I can click Open Activity, and when I do that, I can create those activities, that stream of information that you see associated with the different records, and I can make the correct matches here as far as the opportunity that this is associated with, the project, or whoever the owner is within the company. And when I do that, it's going to go in and make all of those links to all those records, and then actually take the notes of the body of the email and add that to the notes of the activity. And making it easier to track all of those touch points and communications you have between your people and people outside of your company. Okay. Looking up in the top right hand corner here, I have all of the different info centers that are available in Connect for Microsoft Outlook, and these are just quick links to actually create brand new records. So if the record isn't even in there yet, I don't have an email from them, I could still set them up directly here within Outlook. Now a few things to make clear about Connect for Microsoft Outlook. The security roles that you have set up in Vision are enforced in Outlook as well. So if the user doesn't have access to a specific record in Vision, they still won't have it in Outlook either, so there's no concern there. Also, you can see a few of the boxes here have red outlines around them. That means that they're required fields in Vision, so they're required fields in Outlook. Okay, back to my Outlook email inbox here. The other things that I can do is just go ahead and jump over to my calendar, and if I was setting up a specific appointment on my calendar within Vision, I could choose to share that calendar item with Deltek, and then associated with the appropriate record. So again, it would create that activity so I could see that meeting associated with the appropriate records within Vision. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch today's presentation. I hope you saw the value that Deltek and Vision can offer, and I hope to speak with you again soon. For more information about any of our products, or specifically CRM and Connect for Microsoft Outlook that you saw today, or for a custom tailored demonstration for your company, please fill out the Contact Us form available at deltek.com/company/contactus.aspx. Enter in your information and someone will contact you. Thank you.